based on what someone said to me, and it really made me think about a lot of things. Some said, "Oh, you're an old man," and I can tell you that I'm in better physical shape and well equipped to take care of myself, a lot better than most guys half my age. But it made me think about how old I am. And the older I get, the more memories I collect. And yeah, what's changed? I'm old enough to remember a lot of change. In the car community, I'm old enough to remember when we let our cars do the talking. You know, you put up or you shut up. That's how it was in the street racing scene at Industrial Park in the Bedford and over at Old Airport Road in Fall River when, I was a kid. 7, 8 years old, my uncle and Bobby Tasker's old man taking me street racing, taking me to New England Dragway. It was about the cars, and guys had their cars do the talking for them. It's not so much that way today. This YouTube thing, I think, has created a forum of celebrity. People want to be celebrities, they want to be stars, they want to be famous, and of course they want to make fucking money. That's the number one goal of people here on YouTube. Make that fucking money. In the car community, there are very few people that are really doing anything with their cars are talking. In most cases, these guys are doing a lot of talking. Most of their cars don't even run. Most of those cars aren't even built. Most of these cars haven't even been started to be built. It's the guys talking about what they're going to do with the car that never happens. Yeah, it's changed. So many areas of life. I remember being a little kid, I tell my daughters things at times. They grew up in the CD age, when computers were starting to come around. I got them desktops, then laptops. I don't think they remember the AOL thing, but MySpace in their time then evolved into Facebook and Yahoo. I don't think they ever had Yahoo. I know they had MySpace with all their friends talking and shit. They had their fun. But I'm old enough to remember the AOL days when the internet, first came on the scene. I remember hearing it's going to bring people together, and all it's done is create a fucking battlefield. I was talking with Will and Dave recently about how, in bars, I see it all the time. Guys get their beer muscles. These guys are fucking 5 foot nothing, weigh 100 and nothing, a few too many beers and shots of Jack Daniels, and they think they're King Kong on steroids, and they get the fuck beat out of them because they fuck with the wrong people. The internet, people say things that they'll never want to say to your face. Some of us will, and we do. But the vast majority, if you see what these people are about, they're obese, out of shape. Some of them, age doesn't always matter, It's how you take care of yourself. And it's not reality. I'm old enough to remember, when I was real young, waking up on a Saturday morning before my parents, run out to the TV. My parent, grab a bowl of cereal from the kitchen, sit on the floor in front of her, In the beginning, it was like a 13-inch. Was it a 24-inch? It was one of those consoles that, made it very difficult for people to steal, back in the, mid to late 60s. I was born in 62. It's talking about this with somebody the other day because of a post I put up, something about, people didn't steal TVs in the 80s. They didn't steal them in the 70s and 60s either. Well, maybe then in the 60s, little 13-inch portable black and whites, And I had one of those in my bedroom. My brother came over with rabbit ears, aluminum foil on it. Back then, we had like 4 channels, and then you had UHF. We had 2 UHF channels, channel 56 out of Boston, and WSBK channel 38. Now it's a cable TV channel. Back then, it was UHF, and that's where they carried all the sports. Bruins games and Celtics games and Red Sox games. The only place you could see it here in New England. People had my father had a rotor antenna on the fucking roof, with that dial. And I remember him, Brian, how does it look now? And I'd be yelling out the window, yeah, okay, it looks good, Dad. And wherever that rotor dial was on the thing, put a piece of tape and mark it, channel 38, channel 6, channel 12. So whenever you wanted to watch a certain channel, you had to set that rotor dial on that module on your TV that turn the antenna on the roof so you could watch a clear picture without a shit or a fucking fuzz and snow. But those are my 2 favorites. And those rabbit ears didn't cut it, man. Wrapping aluminum foil around them, looking like we were trying to talk to some fucking aliens out in a spaceship, orbiting the fucking planet. I used to like watching hockey, Bruins games, Celtics games. Channel 56 is where they showed Saturday was Creature Feature and Double Creature Feature all afternoon, all the King Kong and Godzilla movies and all that shit. It was more of a movie channel, I remember Saturday morning getting up in that bowl of cereal, watching cartoons all morning, Until my mother would yell, Brian, okay, that's it, shut that TV off, go clean your room, vacuum your room, polish your furniture, make your bed, put clean sheets on it, clean pillowcases and all that shit, Getting together with friends in the afternoon at one of our houses, watch Creature Feature, Double Creature Feature. I remember seeing a rotary phone on a wall in the kitchen with a long cord. I remember being told, you don't answer that phone. Only your parents answer the phone. Children were not allowed to go answer a phone. If we wanted to call one of our friends, we had to ask our parents, can I use the phone to call my friend? Why? See what he's doing today. Why? I remember when young people, 18, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, dating, the girl got pregnant, the parents made them get married and raise that child with a mother and a father in the house. So much has changed. I remember when a teenage girl got pregnant, underage girl. Parents were ashamed of it. They didn't want people to know. They weren't legal age of 18 to get married. There were cases I saw in my own neighborhood. My friends had an older sister that was 16. When I was like 11, 12, 13. I had an older sister that was 16. She had a boyfriend. Then one day the sister's gone. Who's your sister? Oh, she went to go live with my aunt in next door in Rhode Island, or up in New Hampshire, in Connecticut. Never to be seen or heard from again because the girl was pregnant. They didn't want people to know. There was an embarrassment. They would send their daughter away to live with relatives far away that, nope. It was like a shame on the family, the teenage daughter getting knocked up. Today they're throwing them fucking baby showers with disc jockeys and catered food. At one time the church wouldn't baptize a baby that was born out of wedlock. Today they do it routinely. My ex-wife's side of the family, man, I had 2 nieces, Yeah, one was 17, one was 18. Oh yeah, they had their babies baptized in church. You know what the baby daddies were? They weren't married to them. Both of their baby daddies were in jail. They were fucking total losers. Yeah, I tell, it's the truth. This happens often. Today, baby daddy. I don't hear mother and father much anymore. I don't hear the parents anymore. I hear a lot of baby mama, baby daddy. Children are raised in very unstable households. In some ways, I'm not making excuses, but I can understand why our youth of today is so undisciplined, and don't have any real sense of anything. They're raised with a mother that's got her new boyfriend of the month moving in. You're seeing all these guys come and go. They know these guys are sleeping with their mother. Then they have a big fight or blow up. Very often police are involved, restraining orders. Or these kids don't even know who their fathers are. You know, all these fathers are like Johnny Appleseed sperm donors. They go from baby mama to baby mama to baby mama. A lot of them don't pay child support. They're not even involved in a child's life. And I look at how a lot of these children are being raised today, and I'm not really surprised the way they are. That's all they know. That's what they raised with. It's been shown in studies, a lot of these parents from kids, from these type of people bringing them into the world, they kind of carry on that lifestyle. They too are getting knocked up at 15 and 16 and 17. They too have a baby daddy, not a husband. No father figure in the picture. Not getting child support. They're on welfare, Section 8, food stamps, you name it. And, you know, I look at the kids. Kids aren't responsible for their parents that bring them into this world. And I can understand how some people see that there's a lot of, you know, handouts to people that don't deserve it. And I completely understand, but I can't take food out of a baby's mouth. I can't take clothes off their back. I can't deny them of medicine. I can't deny them of a bed to sleep in with a roof over their head. So in order to punish the parents, you punish the kids. I think that's where the conflict and the problem comes in. I agree, you know, I try not to get into politics. And I'm not either. I'm in the middle, and I like it that way. But I can understand how a lot of conservatives can, you know, be against, you know, all these public services, the abuse that goes on in it. I completely agree, but there's abuse on the other side too. You know, you have the wealth abuse, the mega wealthy that don't pay any fucking taxes. They get away with shit. The corporations that decide they want to make more money, they raise your gas prices, they raise your food prices, and no matter who's in the White House, what political party. Some ways I think big business runs this country more than any president ever will, any more than any Congress or Senate will. Goes beyond politics, goes to greed, corporate greed. You know, no president's responsible for gas prices or food prices. Some people want to believe that, but it's not true. You know, COVID really fucked things up. A lot of things shut down. A lot of, you know, people weren't driving cars much. Hey, you got, you know, ExxonMobil and Shell and all them, you know, didn't make a whole lot of money. They lost, you know. But they don't lose money. They make as much as they wanted. What you don't understand about business, when they say, you know, we lost $80 million this year. They really didn't lose. You know, we hear that. It's like me or you. You got $10 in your wallet. You leave the house. You lose your wallet. You lost $10. You're out $10, right? Right? That's not how it works with them. They have their annual meetings with their projected profit margins, scale for their next business year. They set a target goal. Okay, we made $8 billion this year. Our projected target goal for the next fiscal year is going to be $10 billion. We're expecting a $2 billion increase in profits. Great. Now that year comes. You know what happens? They only make $9 billion. They still made $1 billion more than their previous year. But they didn't hit their $10 billion target goal. You know what they'll say? You know what the public's going to hear? You're not going to hear, we made an additional $1 billion this year in our profits. We now made $9 billion instead of $8 billion opposed to last year. You know what they'll tell you? We lost $1 billion. The public thinks they lost money. No, they made money. But that's okay. And then they pay little to no taxes on it. But that's okay. I don't know where it is where you live, but here the minimum wage is $15 an hour. I think a couple of states are even higher. And around here, I hear it. Oh, someone in McDonald's flipping burgers, making $15 an hour. And I'm working painting for a house painting company, and I'm only making $16 an hour. That person has no right making almost as much money as me. We have a system to where we have people being pit against each other. These people attack someone that's working. Think it's easy flipping burgers all day? Go fucking do it. You know, dealing with the public. I know I could never deal with the public. I'd get fired, most likely. I'd get arrested my first day in the fucking job. So I don't put up with a lot of shit. Not everybody's cut out to work with the public in certain types of job industry. You know, you go do that. This person's working. They want to pay their rent. They want to feed their kids. They want to be able to have a car. They want to be able to have a cell phone. They want to be able to have clothes. They want to be able to eat. What are they doing that's so wrong? Why are you attacking them? Maybe you should be going after your employer. Saying, hey, how come you're not paying me the money I deserve? How come I'm only getting paid a little bit more? They don't go after the people that are keeping them down. They'd rather attack people that are struggling to fucking live just like they are. But that's how the system has been set up. It's just pit people against each other. And they're blind to the real problem. You know. I'm old enough to remember when women didn't want to have an ass the size of fucking Texas. Today, man, these big fucking obese women, and get mad at me all you want. I don't remember seeing as many obese people as I see today. In school, you got a few chubby kids here and there. Not like I see today. Then again, what's changed? I remember when we were very active in sports, and from riding bikes and playing basketball, Little League baseball, pond hockey, Pop Warner football. We did things. We were always active. In school, we took gym today. Kid can't take gym, he might get hurt. Here's a note from my parents. Okay, you sit down. The rest of us are going to play ball, volleyball, and basketball. I used to love dodgeball. They should take fucking soccer balls and deflate them. We had a gym teacher, Mitch Kaliga. He was fucking cool, man. He'd lay out all the balls in the middle in the basketball court in school. We line up against the walls. Water whistle, we'd all run in. It's like, we did shit. Kids today, what did they do? Sitting on their fucking beds, on a laptop, playing video games, on their phone, eating junk food. Are they riding bikes, rollerblading? All the parks down here, Hazelwood, all that. We used to have 12 Little League teams down here. I played for me and Ned's Pizza when I was a kid. They can barely keep 3 teams together these days. Kids don't want to play. I think I joked about it one time. I said, in order to punish a kid today, you got to make them go outside and fucking play. Keep them in their room. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have a TV. I didn't have a radio. I didn't have a stereo. I didn't have records. I didn't have CDs. I didn't have a computer. I had 4 fucking walls, man, you know, and it sucked being punished in your room. Today, you got to make them go outside and play. You got to take all their toys away from them. Make them get active. I think lack of activity is causing a lot of this obesity. Man, am I way off target today or what, huh? But it got me thinking about, you know, the older I get, the more memories I have and I see, the more things that have changed through the years. Like I said, you know, women, back then, women didn't want to today, man, you know, a big ass is a sexy thing. I don't know about you, but on a personal sex note, when a woman sits on my face, I want to still be able to hear the fucking TV, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be smothered. And I remember a time when guys didn't want to have a pair of tits. Well, guys wanted a pair of tits, just not on them. You know what I mean? They wanted a pair of tits on a woman. You know? They didn't want a pair of tits on themselves. The only time guys dressed up like a girl was when they were young on Halloween, you know, a sexy nurse and shit like that. You know what I mean? A lot of what's socially acceptable today was not socially acceptable back then. Some of it I can agree with. Some of it I don't. I'll keep that to myself. I don't want to start a firestorm here. We're all entitled to our own little beliefs in certain things. But yeah, somebody called me old. Oh, I am. I was born in 1962. I'm old enough. I got a lot of great memories. Some that are not so great. And I've seen a lot of change in culture, in people, in cars, you know.